What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, cabaret games from tabletop to video games, and today we are back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Go format match duel review, and this time we have our new deck, which is a insect swarm deck that mostly bases of like the flip effects of those monsters that once platoon you could put them face down again. And let me tell you, this was the most annoyingest deck to play with just because the amount of people that didn't know the rulings, it was always a conflict. Now, if you're not familiar, so all the effects that says once per turn, you go put the monster like face down, you have to understand two things. First off, that recognizes the monster being set. So when you use the effect and then you flip it back up, you can't put it back down. So there were so many people that were like take control of like the monster and try to do it, and you're like, no, you can't do it like that. It doesn't work like that at all. And then secondly, that people don't understand that that effect does not apply to the game mechanic of changing a monster's position or declaring an attack. So if you could switch it to face up attack position or declare an attack, you could use the effect to put it back down. If that was the case, then no one could Book of Moon a monster that declares an attack. That would just not work. And don't forget all those Tsukuyogi plays, that would just be like the end of the world. So it's like there was a lot of like arguing and judge calls because a lot of people didn't know these like, I wouldn't even say ruling. It's just basic like common sense at this point. It's on the card text. It's just like the game mechanic, how you play the game. It just did not make any sense. And in this match, we're against a burn deck by a very salty player, which you're going to find out in a second. So with that out of the way, let's begin. So we're going to be starting first. And our opening hand that we have is a nice little Mirrorforce Swarm of Scarabs. As you can see, the effect that says once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position, which is very good. We have a Pyramid Turtle, Mystical Space Typhoon, and thus Lakuda. They have a Stealth Bird, which also has the same effect of the once per turn, you could change it face down. Very nice. They have Level Limit Area B, Ceasefire, Dust Crawler, and Morphing Jar. Okay. We draw into Dust Locust, which is very good. This is like an MST, and this is a monster pop, so it's really, really good. So we're going to set the two, pass to our opponent. They draw into Secret Barrel. They go at level limit. They're going to set, pass. We're all set. We're going to take Secret Barrel, which is going to hurt a bit, taking her 14. But we're going to use Dust Loda or wherever his name, Lakuda, to draw. And then we're going to set. They draw into Messenger of Peace. They go and flip the Dust Koala. So we're going to take some damage. Then they're going to pass. We're going to go and flip the Dust Scarab to go and pop. Put it back down. Then Lakuda is going to draw. Then we're going to set her other Locust over here, so we could actually start popping some spell and chops, which is very, very nice. Our opponent is going to declare an attack. We are going to activate the Mirror Force because all of them state when they are flip summoned. So if your opponent declares an attack on it, they don't trigger the effects. So they're going to set, pass, we're going to MST one of them. Nice, does dessert. They're going to ceasefire. We're like, okay, we'll take the 15. Now we're going to go and switch everyone to attack mode. We're going to go and summon and then swing with everyone. Now, maybe they'll look, where is it? The Locust would have been better, but I don't know. If they go inside another monster, it's good to have the second one. Okay, so we're going to swing with everyone. Then use the effect to put everyone down. They're going to set and then wave motion. Us, we're all good because we're going to start popping. We draw into Warrior Oppression, which is actually very good in this deck since we're not really special summoning much. And also, like, we could get rid of a lot of nuisance cards that our opponents play. So I actually like that a lot. So then we're going to go and draw. The only thing I would change is maybe not play 3 though. So we're going to go and swing at everything. So there we go. Our opponent takes a nice little 35. And then we're going to use the effect on the main phase 2 to put everyone face down again. Pass through our opponent. They draw into wing and then they admit defeat. Now we're going to be deciding who's going to go second. And it's us, sadly. So our opening hand is a Royal Decree, Giant Rat Nobleman Crossout, Royal Decree, and a Golem Sentry, which is also a really good card with 1800 defense as well. Our opponent has Just Dessert, Mystic Tomato, Morphing Jar, Ring of Destruction, and Nightmare Reel, which isn't that good. They draw into Lava Golem, which is very good. They're going normal summon, but then made a mistake and meant to set, which is completely fine. We get Dust Lakuda, very nice. So we're going to set, and pass. We're not going to use the Nobleman Crossout because one, we know this is a Mystic Tomato, so we don't mind it. We're trying to hit more harmful stuff like the Morphing Jars that we saw before, or even a Spear Reaper, something like that, okay? So they're going to go Delinquent Duel. We're going to be like, okay, they hit 6, and we're like, oh, not the Nobleman. And for some reason, that 6 means the middle, which makes no sense. Okay, guys, if it's 3 cards, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Anything else, it's like you higher, it's like then you do by the actual dice roll, or if it's lower, then 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6 for the other thing. But this thing just makes no sense whatsoever. So we're going to go and discard those two. They're going to swing. Our opponent's going to take a nice 400. We're happy. We're going to go World Decree on their end phase. We're going to go and flip it face down and then pass to our opponent. Now, our opponent, a smart play that he could have done was actually probably swing into the statue, so we can't use the effective bounce, but they didn't, so we're all set. So we're going to Nobleman cross out the Morphing Jar, then we're going to flip, bounce it back, and then we're going to go and normal summon the Dust Wombat, and then we're going to start swinging. Very, very nice. Maybe this is a bit too aggressive, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're in a good position. So they're going to go with the wave motion and then summon the lava golem. We're going to take 1,000. We won't use the MST. We're just going to swing with the lava golem. Set the mystical space typhoon more for something that's like level limit area B or a messenger apiece. Okay, they draw into messenger apiece, so it was a good call that we didn't use it on it. So then they're going to go set. Okay, we draw into level limit area B, which is like meh. But you know what? Honestly, for sidewise, I didn't really have any. I had other cards to take out for sidewise that, like, the only thing that was left for against this deck was to leave the level limit area B. So we didn't have a choice but to leave it in. So we're going to pass to our opponent. They draw into Stealth Bird, set it. We drew into Power Greed. Call me Yugi. So we're going to go and draw 2. Oh, gigantic. Very, very nice. We're going MST now and keep that Heavy Storm just for a future. So then we're going to summon the gigantic. We're going to just swing, and then we're going to pass. The reason why we're not swinging into that Mystic Tomato is because if he goes and spell summons a Spirit Reaper and just put it in defense, that kind of ruins us completely, and we don't really have any follow-up or any other insect guys to start popping right away. So we had no choice but to leave, and our opponent's at 11. So now we draw into our Golem, which is very nice. So in case of situations like that, we could actually deal with. So we're going to take 1,000 once again. We're going to go and Heavy Storm, getting rid of the amount. So then we have a World Degree still in our hand. So we're going to summon attack with Gigantic. And then finally attack with the Lava Golem for game. And our opponent, let's see what he says. Oh, well, we says GG. He says screw you. We're like, okay, question mark. And then he says fuck off. Very nice. Very sportsmanlike. I love playing Go format. How can you be so salty when you're playing Burn? Like, it's like you get it. For me, I'm like, Burn is almost like the equivalent of someone playing Reasoning. I'm like, okay, if you lose to like a gimmick deck like this, that's on you. And especially like this deck really punishes Burn deck because you know what? It's pretty much just follows like the same pattern as it. So it's like we're not really attacking, we're just out resourcing our opponent. Now I think it's about time I show you the awesome deck profile. And here is our deck. Now, I really do love it. There's a few things that we definitely have to note into it. Now, like I said, I would actually remove one of these, and I'm not too sure. I do feel like we need more spell lineups. Maybe the Book of Moon. I know like the Book of Moon, it doesn't really apply too much because we could flip it, but there are specific situations that could be beneficial. I do like the Giant Rat. So the Giant Rat pretty much puts everything together, okay? It's because we do have the zombies, we do have a Pyramid Turtle, we have the Howling Insect. So it's kind of like puts everything in a circle and it works quite well. And there's a few little spices that we did. So we put in a Decay Commander. Now, if you're not familiar with this, is that if this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, discard a random card from your hand. So it's like Al Donzalogue in this deck, since we could bring it out with Giant Rat and Pyramid Turtle. So it's a good card completely. We do have Exile Force as well, which is quite good. The deck is pretty much basic. How it is just like you're slowly out resourcing your opponent by sending your cards. The level limit area Bs, the reason why we're playing this is because, yes, you know what, it does stall like a bit, but we could also use it as a discard fodder for Spell Shield, which is an amazing card in this deck. And following with the side deck, we do have Dust Wombat in case for Burn, Gigantic if there was like nuisance decks and we need a higher beater. Against Warriors, this guy's been showing to be very, very good. We have Messenger of Peace as well, a World Decree, and then Solemn Judgment, just in case if we're against something extremely nuisance. So it depends what kind of decks you are. But for the actual build and consistency wise, I'm very happy. The only thing, like I said, I would change is probably one of this and figure something out to replace that one card. But the deck is very solid, very happy with it. And that's it for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you guys also have some awesome replays that you want me to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Facebook group page. I put a link in the description and just private message me them. I'll definitely check them out. Till next time, I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.